welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show. Thanks for joining us at the start of a new morning. Now, from early on, we like to play little games with our babies and toddlers, and eventually that play evolves as they get older until we find ourselves watching them more than playing with them as they get into video games. But there is a host of games out there that you can play together with your kids if you still want to spend that quality time with them and doing something new that they love as well. And so that's why Amber is here to talk to us about a few popular ones that she's discovered out there, which I was saying to you is very relevant for me.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I would like for my little one to be technologically savvy and advanced, and so you have him playing little games on the tablet and being engaged with content, but I want to do it with him, and that's important. Is that important to you as well?
Yeah, it is, because, you know, in your household, you just want to have that social interaction as well, and in our household, more so specifically, we play games as well, so it is going to come to a stage where we kind of all want to play games together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the ones that you've discovered that you think would be good for people to try out there, and one of them is called It Takes Two.
Yes.
Family-friendly games, right?
This one's very family-friendly. I actually really enjoyed this one. So the story does revolve around a married couple that are going through some troubles, and then their daughter accidentally turns them into these little puppets, and then they have to get back to their human form. But it doesn't matter. You can play it with your siblings, you can play it with your child. It's just a really fun platformer, and you'll play together to solve the puzzles and get through the challenges, and you really actually have to work together to solve. Like, one person will have to do something while the other person does another part of the puzzle. So,
Problem-solving games.
Yeah.
I love that.
So it maybe is a little bit more advanced for your older children, but definitely fun.
Love it. What about one called Unravel 2?
Yeah.
Unravel 2, right?
Yes.
Is it the second edition of Unravel, or is it just called Unravel 2?
So this one is with two little characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you're tethered together. You're like little balls of yarn, and you have to also work through puzzles and platforms. But this one's quite fun because you're tethered together. One can kind of just pull the other one along. So I played this with Grant, and I'm not that good with platformers, so he kind of just dragged me through the courses, which is cool if you're not that competent with gaming. You can kind of just get your player two to pull you through. But
so it's a great couples connection game as well.
Cute, very fun. The kids will love it as well because the characters are just so adorable. Fantastic. They are so much fun to play with.
Now, we've just recently gotten into Lego.
Yes.
Last week we built a little whale and a submarine, and watching him understand how the construction works and go step by step has been amazing, because I'm like, oh, you're so smart.
I had so much Lego growing up.
Yeah.
It was all I played with.
So this game now is called Lego Star Wars.
Yes, there's a few in the Lego franchise, and they actually took me by surprise, because there's kind of a fun thing in the gaming community where these games are made for kids, but mostly adults play them.
The little kid in us is always there.
I played it and I was really taken aback by the game and how much fun it is. And there is a co-op thing that you can do, so you can play with your little one and you work together to go through the story, and it's obviously based off of the Star Wars movies.
Yes.
Fun, and you can kind of walk around and play at your own pace, which is fun to get through the story. So, you know, it's a game you can play in your own time, and then you can stop where you are, do something else, have a little snack break, get back to the game. Like, it's nice and slow. You can take it as you want to. It's just so much fun. I cannot tell you. Even if you play it by yourself, like, get this game.
You might need to use those leftover paper towel holders to have like imaginary lightsabers and have like.
And if you can do the sound effects.
Now, Minecraft is an interesting one, because I recently discovered in the kiddies section of one of the streaming platforms, Minecraft, the series, but like, it allows the person watching to make decisions that then guide the character towards a certain destination, right? But in game form, it's actually quite a popular one still, isn't it?
Yeah, and chances are your child's probably playing this game already. It's massively... It's massively...
You're wondering where that debit came from on your credit card.
But it's really fun to play with them. There's this whole world that you can build together, and I think there's something kind of cute and sentimental about that. Imagine building your own house in this world.
Right.
And then you can go back years later and it's still there, and you two built this together, and it's very good for kids in teaching them logic and reasoning and what resources you need to create other things, and how do we connect light switches to make the light switch in our house build go on, and what materials do we need to combine to make whatever it is. It is honestly so much fun. your imagination is your limit, and really
so
recommend
brilliant.
this one. And like the whole family can kind of get involved in this. Which is
Yes,
as well.
because a big thing for me right now is kind of saying to him, you know, instead of asking me the answer to a question,
Yeah.
how about you figure it out first, and then we figure out whether it was the right decision or the incorrect decision, and then we
Yes.
move on from there. So a game like this that has an open play format, imagination infused, you make the decision, and then you'll
Yeah.
see how you feel about it after that. I think.
Yeah, the game's like a tool, and then you play with it how you want to. It doesn't tell you how to play the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have one more game for us, right?
Yes.
That is Rocket League.
Yes, Rocket League is basically car soccer. That's the simplest way to play it.
What?
So playing soccer, goals to get the ball into the goals, but you're a car. And the really interesting thing about Rocket League as well is it's really big in the esports scene.
Oh, really?
So if you have a child who's pretty competent at this game, I'd recommend encouraging them to practice a little bit more and
Yeah,
really get good at it, and then they can end up competing and, you know, getting into the
Internationally?
pro scene. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they can get into the pro scene with this game. It's a lot of fun for the family, and it's combining two really fun things like racing and driving like an absolute maniac in a game, and soccer. You cannot go wrong. The cars are really cute and goofy. There's ones with like cow udders and little teeth wheels. Like it's a really goofy game.
Great general entertainment as well. Well, among those games, I think that you surely will find one if your child is that way inclined to have entertainment in the form of games. And who knows, it might lead them to a career in esports or something in the creative space, because, you know, that's what gaming really does. And that's what it did for me.
Yes.
It encouraged my creativity as well. So thank you so much for coming in,
welcome.
Amber, and letting us know about that. Let us know if you have some games that you play with your kids that have caught your interest. But now to the kitchen games, shall we?